You just passed your 10th or 12th grade exams. Instead of celebrating, you are probably staring at a mountain of college brochures, feeling completely overwhelmed by what comes next. For decades, society has promoted a very specific narrative. Spend 3 to 4 years grinding through a standard university degree, and a comfortable career will naturally follow. The modern job market tells a different story. Every year, thousands of students graduate with expensive academic credentials, only to find themselves stuck in endless job hunts because they lack hard, applicable skills. But there is a highly effective alternative. Instead of sinking years into pure theory, you can pivot to vocational training at an industrial training institute, or ITI, where the focus is entirely on practical, physical expertise. Employers today prioritize candidates who can step onto a site and actually do the work, over those with paper certificates. Mastering a hands-on trade bypasses the academic bloat and puts you directly on the fast track to employment. Consider the 2-year ITI Electrician course. Modern infrastructure stops without power, and because hospitals, factories, and homes depend on a functional grid, the demand for electrical maintenance remains steady, even during economic shifts. Students gain practical experience in commercial electrical grids, industrial fault finding, and complex panel wiring. That capability is exactly what the government requires. Massive national networks, particularly the Indian Railways, constantly hire certified electricians to keep systems running safely. State electricity boards also rely heavily on these certified professionals. And if you prefer to be your own boss, those same skills allow you to launch an independent electrical contracting business. By providing a clear route into government stability, alongside the option for private enterprise, the electrician trade offers a highly secure, dual-pathway career. If electrical systems aren't your preference, consider the 2-year fitter course. This program shifts the focus to mechanical assembly and structural fabrication. Fitters are the specialists who read the blueprints, cut and shape metal components with extreme precision, and assemble the moving parts that make heavy machinery work. Because they hold these physical assets together, fitters act as the backbone of the manufacturing and automotive sectors. Literally every single factory and assembly line requires them to function. That deep industry reliance translates to recruitment. Completing this training often results in direct job placements and competitive salary packages straight out of the institute. As long as the country continues to expand industrial plants and manufacture vehicles, certified fitters will have a guaranteed pipeline to high-demand employment. For those looking to enter the workforce even faster, there is the Health Sanitary Inspector course. This is a highly concentrated 1-year program. An HSI handles the groundwork of disease prevention. They enforce safety standards across communities, oversee water sanitation, and manage public hygiene logistics. This certification plugs you straight into major public hiring pipelines. Large municipal bodies like the MCD and NDMC, along with extensive networks of government hospitals, specifically recruit HSI graduates. National initiatives like the Swachh Bharat Mission have also expanded local health budgets, driving a continuous need for trained sanitation inspectors at the municipal level. Completing this specialized training in only 12 months provides an efficient transition into high-demand government roles and a secure public sector career. To capitalize on these pathways, you need an institution that delivers real results. DITE Institute, along with its designated training partners, Shikshaitan ITI and Saraswati ITI, provide premier vocational education. They offer a 100% job placement focus, guided by expert faculty who prioritize real-world, practical application over theoretical study. The training is accessible, with dedicated campus locations operating across Delhi in Srinagar, Mundka, and Dwarka. However, seats in these NCVT-approved courses are strictly limited. Delaying your application means risking an entire academic year, while the industry moves forward without you. Call the provided numbers, send a WhatsApp message, or visit one of the campuses directly today to secure your admission and lock in your future. You've just cleared your 10th grade boards with passing marks in science and math. Immediately, the expectation is that you will commit the next 5 to 6 years of your life to a classroom. The standard path is well known. Finish 11th and 12th grade, pass your entrance exams, and complete a 3 to 4 year degree before you ever see your first professional paycheck at age 21 or 22. But that timeline doesn't work for everyone. If you need to be financially independent by age 18, 5 years of theory is a luxury you can't afford. This is where you have to look for a time-to-market shortcut, an educational route designed for speed and technical employability rather than academic breadth. Traditional degrees are a valid route to a career, but they are often the longest and most expensive option. Stability doesn't always require a 4-year degree. One of the most common alternatives is the NCVT-approved ITI program, specifically the 2-year tracks for fitters and electricians. These programs aren't a fallback for academic struggles. They are a focused sprint designed to get you on a job site as quickly as possible. The trade-off is clear. You are trading broad academic exploration for immediate physical employability in a specific trade. You choose early specialization, and in return, you avoid the years of tuition costs that define the college experience. To see if this shortcut actually works, we need to compare the hard numbers of the ITI path against the traditional degree. For a hands-on learner, choosing an ITI program is a strategic move to enter the workforce early, not a consequence of having no other options. Entry into these specific ITI programs is accessible. You simply need to have cleared 10th grade with science and math. This bypasses the board exam pressure and the hyper-competitive entrance tests that govern the traditional engineering path. Once you're in, the training is concentrated into a continuous 2-year block. This timeline shows the impact. By age 17 or 18, you can hold a government-recognized certification and enter the workforce. On the traditional track, you're still 4 years away from graduation. Taking this route means you won't experience high school or the early years of college life. You're entering the adult world of work while your peers are still in the classroom. It requires early maturity. Committing to a specific physical trade at age 15 or 16 is a significant decision that most people don't make until much later. The ITI path requires you to trade those social years for a 4-year head start on your career. The financial commitment is low. Registration for these programs typically ranges from 3,800 to 4,800 rupees. The monthly cost averages 2,000 to 2,250 rupees. Compare that to the massive semester fees at private universities, often requiring student loans. For SC and ST candidates, this tuition drops to 0. For female students, it's reduced to 1,850 rupees. While your peers are taking on debt to fund their degrees, you are essentially paying for your training as you go. This means you enter the professional world with your entire paycheck in your pocket, rather than using it to pay back a lender. Starting salaries for ITI graduates will be lower than those of high-end corporate roles. You are starting on a blue-collar pay scale. You are choosing immediate earning power at age 18. A degree holder might start with a higher salary at age 22, but they are also starting 4 years late and often with a debt balance that needs to be cleared. For families on a tight budget, the ITI path provides a direct route to an income without the financial risk of a degree. You won't be spending your days reading textbooks. The curriculum is built on intense practical training and mandatory industrial visits to see how the trade operates in the real world. The program includes modules in computer literacy, personality development, and interview skills to make you more useful to an employer on day 1. Within 2 years, you move from a student to a specialized physical asset, a trained fitter or electrician ready for a job site. Because these technical skills are in high demand, many programs report 100% placement rates in local private jobs and clinics. However, this path is highly specific. Once you are trained as a fitter, those are the skills you have. Pivoting to a different field like marketing or software later in life will be difficult. You are choosing a specific trade over the broader career flexibility that a general degree offers. You are trading long-term flexibility for a guarantee of immediate employability in a specific field. The data shows that ITI is an accelerated financial path designed for a very specific type of person. This path is built for someone who values physical, hands-on work and wants to start their career as early as possible. Success here requires a desire for financial independence by 18 and a preference for learning by doing rather than through theory. To see if this fits you, consider these 4 points. You must have passed 10th grade math and science. You must prefer hands-on learning. You need to be earning by age 18, and you want to graduate with absolutely 0 debt. If you are still undecided about what you want to do with your life and want to keep your career options open, this specialization is likely too narrow for you. Similarly, if you want an office-based environment or you aren't comfortable with physical labor, this path won't meet your needs. Choose the ITI shortcut only if you've looked at the trade-offs and decided that a 4-year head start in the workforce is the best move for your future.